Hi there. This is a video to explain I did in the previous video with an example. In the previous video, I spoke about preparing a sales budget and then preparing a production budget. So for the question you see on the left side of your screen, it reads as Company A is into the manufacturing of pens and marker. For the year 2022, the company plans to sell 4,000 units of marker and 3,000 units of pen. Sorry about the wrong spelling of units there. So realize that because it's a budget for 2022 being the next year, there is a need for us to prepare a budget in 2021 ahead of time. So please take note of that. Now, due to the prudent management, the company was able to sell 5,000 units of marker and 2,000 units of pens in 2021 out of its production of 7,000 units of marker and 2,500 units of pens in the year 2021. The company plans to have at least 20% of its sales for 2021 as closing inventory. Each unit of marker currently sells at 1.5 and pens at 0.8. Now we are required to prepare the sales budget for the year 2022 and the production budget accordingly. So we start by preparing our sales budget. So our heading is very important. We need to have our heading as sales budget for 2022. So that's indicating the period and the type of budget we are preparing. We move on to have a sort of layout for how we are going to do our work. So we have our pens up here, marker, and then we have a total column. This column may depend on how the question is being put. However, right, yeah. So when we don't need to prepare a master budget most of the time, or our master budget, which includes our budgeted operating statement or statement of budgeted statement of profits or loss, or even the budgeted statement of financial position. We may not need a total column. However, we may choose to have the total column. Okay, so our sales quantity in the question, as we can read from the second sentence, is that for the year 2022, the company plans to produce 4,000 units of marker and 3,000 units of pen. So for pens, our sales quantity has to be 3,000. And then for marker, we have our sales quantity to be 4,000. Next thing to do is to get a selling price per unit for each of these quantity of sales that we budgeted for. Now the last sentence before the requirements of the questions says that each unit of marker currently sells at 0.8. So 1.5. Each unit of marker sells at 1.5, right? And then each unit of pen sells at 0.8. So once we multiply 3,000 by 0.8, we get 2,400. Once we multiply 4,000 by 1.5, we have 6,000. Total of these two is giving us 8,400. And please take note that this is the sales quantity multiplied by the selling price per unit, right? So that should tell you that this sales quantity is in units. Don't be confused because, don't be confused when the question has kilograms in it. It's usually to calculate our material usage budget. Okay, remember in the very first video, I spoke of the fact that the production budget, the sales budget is usually in units. However, the material usage and the material purchase is usually in kilograms or liters, or a very basic metric which is more specific. Okay, so we are done with our sales budget for 2022. So we move on to do the other part. There's no complication to preparing the sales budget. However, it's more likely that in preparing the production budget will be faced with a few complications, right? But then let's give it a try.